Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show's an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off-the-wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see most anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss, for the most part. I don't know. Can't guarantee anything. Anyway, for links to the articles, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, please check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aozander.
I am Loki Lycan.
And in the live studio audience, we have the mom of Among Us. So she is never sus, except for the times where she is. Like how she murdered me first. But anyway, today is Tears' Day, aka Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. Let's get into the news, shall we? What do we have from Oddity Central, Mr. Loki?
My Batho, probably the world's weirdest looking stadium.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
We got here, South Africa's Mbatho Stadium is famous for its unusual design, which features elevated stands that don't actually face the pitch, but other stands. Built in 1981 during the apartheid era, Mbatho Stadium is often cited as an example of impractical architectural design. It was commissioned by Lucas Mangop's government, which ruled the Bophuthatswana Banthusan, and designed by Israeli architect Israel Gudovich and engineer Ben Abraham. They came up with an unconventional concept that went against pretty much every basic principle of stadium design, and not in a good way. However, authorities apparently loved the idea and went ahead with the construction. After it was inaugurated, it didn't take looking for people to realize that its weirdly elevated stands don't offer the best view of the action on the pitch, and already required them to turn their heads to the side in order to watch the match. Oh, that's really stupid. Look at that thing. What the hell?
Like, that is the weirdest designing stadium I've ever seen in my life.
It looks like somebody somehow vomited shapes, and that's the yeah. Like, there's so many colors and textures, and I don't know.
They seriously need to redo that damn thing.
Yeah. Oof. What the hell?
Oh god, that's a neck craner.
I know, right? It says, located 300 kilometers from Johannesburg, close to South Africa's border with Botswana, Mbatho Stadium is the African nation's fifth largest stadium, but it rarely sees any use these days because of its impractical design. It was the home of the Mbatho Kicks of the now defunct Bophuthatswana Professional Soccer League, but once the Botswanan era ended, teams and events migrated to other venues. Now, while looking for, trying to figure out thumbnails, which, you probably, like anybody watching this video, like in any time, be it now or in the future, the thumbnail is, it's at this stadium, and it was talking about Nelson Mandela. So, yeah, right here. Let me bring it up right there. Boop. Mandela for president. So Mandela was at that stadium, which it's in South Africa,
cool.
But that's cool, dude. Like, this stadium has some historical, withstanding. So maybe it might be declared a national landmark, because it's so bizarre,
Good lord.
So, I don't know.
Way to go, Mandela.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. What else do we got?
IT worker on sick leave for 15 years sues company for not giving them a pay raise. I'm sorry, what? I could be on a 15-year...
How is he still employed? Like 15 years?
Sick for 15 years? That's not right. How do you still have a job?
How is he alive if he was really that sick for that long?
Yeah, right?
Anyway, let's get into this.
Shenanigans.
Definitely. I wonder if he was paid, and I think he was, because I see some numbers here. So let's get into this.
Uh-oh.
An IT specialist who has been an IT specialist who has been on sick leave with no obligation to work since 2008 recently tried to sue their employer for not giving them a pay raise. So they are getting paid, it sounds like. Ian Clifford, a medically retired IT specialist who has been paid £54,000 or $67,500 yearly yearly salary as part of his disability plan with his employer, tech giant IBM. Whoa.
Oh, God.
This is not going to end well for him. Recently tried to sue the U.S. company for disability discrimination, claiming that his salary was not generous enough to keep up with inflation. Are you kidding me? Bro, You know, like if you honestly are
crap.
disabled and stuff, like that sucks. But like this is not going to end well for him. Mr. Clifford has not
No.
done any work for the company in the last 15 years, but will continue to receive his yearly salary until retirement or death, as per IBM's disability plan. Despite this, the IT worker feels that he has been treated unfairly by his employer and is attempting to take the company to court for a pay raise. Wow.
I'm sure you don't deserve a pay raise if you're not getting any work.
Bro,
If
like,
you're not doing any of the work, there is no pay raise.
dude, like,
That's not how this works. Like, you do the work, you get a pay raise. That's how it works.
yeah, like,
You have to contribute something to the company, not be a lazy idiot for 15 years. Sick or not.
I couldn't say it better
Like,
myself,
God
dude.
Damn.
Like, dude, I don't need to fly off the handle anymore. I just need you on the show, and then you can overreact for me. Awesome. I love it.
I'm just the angry Canadian.
The angry Canadian. We have the Golden Loon, and we have the angry Canuck. Like, awesome.
Woo.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. Like, yeah, this guy, this so-and-so. By the way, anybody interested, like, please look at the underbar of the description. The links to all of these articles, the ones we've read and the ones coming up, are all down there, as well as everything, Omni Coalition and other cool things and whatnot. Anyway, this one, what the hell, dude? Like,
Teenage bully accused of forcefully tattooing his schoolmate?
yo.
Schoolmates. Oh,
Yeah.
so plural. Oh, God.
Yeah, multiple.
Not just one. Holy
No.
crap.
A 16-year-old teenager from South Korea has been accused of forcibly practicing his tattooing skills on two younger schoolmates that he had allegedly been bullying for years. A disturbing school bullying case has been making news headlines in South Korea and sparking outrage among parents. The Incheon Nonhifun Police Department has confirmed that it is currently investigating a bullying case in which the assailant is accused of forcibly tattooing at least two younger teenagers, both as a way of branding them and in practicing his tattooing skills. The parents of the first victim filed a complaint in March after accidentally discovering a large and amateurishly inked tattoo on their son's leg. After confronting the boy, they learned that he had been forcibly tattooed by a schoolmate who had been terrorizing him for the last 2 years. Yikes.
That's pretty heinous tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than anything I can do, honestly. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
not praising it. I am not praising it, but, you know.
I'm not praising his actions, but don't hate the art, hate the artist.
Wow, they got his shoulder and that has to be that's his back. Unless he's nipple.
That's his collarbone. That's his front.
Okay, yeah, they blurred the nipple. I see, right here.
Yeah, they blurred him out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because you can see just above some of the lines up there.
Yeah, there's
further
a
up.
collarbone.
That's his collarbone right there.
Yeah, so that's the front. And wow, like,
Yeah.
once again, I'm not praising it, but that is actually a pretty good drawing. But should not be
Well,
drawing it on people, like.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Praise the art, not the artist.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that.
Because he did something terribly wrong, but I'm not condoning what he's done. The art does not look terrible.
Something
Just
tells
that
me
it shouldn't
that.
be done on a person, as you said.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. What else do we got?
We got women befriends boyfriend's mistress, accepts her as co-girlfriend?
Cookery is no longer a men-only sport. Equality. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. What are we gonna call the woman version of a cuck? There's got to be a good name for it.
What? I don't know. Like, we'll think. We'll get back on that. Let's go on with the article here. A young Venezuelan woman recently went viral on social media after announcing that she had befriended her cheating boyfriend's lover and accepted to share him with her. What? What the hell?
Well, that's just
that just
unusual.
hurt my brain. Like, ooh. Sophia. Sorry.
Honestly, I could never share my wife with someone like that. I would just have to throw fists. Like, I'm just that jealous of a person. I just can't do it.
Even if it's another female?
No,
Yeah.
I will not share.
Good man.
I'm sorry. I'm just that. I don't want to say possessive of my wife. It's just I love my wife. I love our relationship. I do not want to share that with someone else.
That's awesome. Anyway, it says here, Sofia Gutierrez, a young woman from La Cheria, Venezuela, recently sparked controversy on Facebook after posting a photo of herself and another woman, who she claims is her boyfriend's mistress and her friend. Gutierrez reportedly learned of her partner's infidelity by checking his WhatsApp messages, only instead of confronting him, she decided to contact his secret lover, and the two ended up becoming good friends. Sophia tagged the girl in the photo, a certain Sarah Gill, and announced that she had gained all of her affection by accepting my boyfriend as hers and giving him the attention he needs when she is not able to. As you can imagine, the unusual post went viral almost instantly. Yeah. But hey, as I said before, cuckery is no longer a male-only sport. Yeah. But I don't know why I'm
quite
cheering.
frankly,
That's not a
all
good
the
thing.
best to them.
But yeah.
Quite frankly, all the best to them if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, all the best. I agree. All prodding
I say,
and
do
trolling
not
aside.
hate. Do not hate. Like, if this is like how they want to express their love, don't hate on people that do it.
No, I'm not hating them. I'm just happy that it's no longer
I'm
just
not
male
saying
under
you
the
are
gun
hating.
now.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're hating. I'm just generalizing. Because people, they hate on people for all sorts of things. It's just the internet's horrible.
It's ridiculous. Well, the internet is just a medium for people to truly be who they really are, especially with internet anonymity. Like the whole theory about people weren't this dumb in the past. Yeah, they were. If anything, it has gotten worse.
They were definitely like this in the past. They just couldn't express it before.
Yeah.
But now they have a medium to express. They have a method.
Yep.
And the method is the internet.
Yep. Well, let's move on up here. Oh God.
All right.
I'm sorry for the image.
That picture.
Yeah, I'm sorry for it.
Wow. Creepy dolls among unusual Texas beach discoveries headed for auction?
What?
Who would buy this monstrosity? What is all that? Is that bugs?
I don't know. They look like they can't be bullet casings. I'm afraid to click the next image. Do you want me to?
Go for it, I guess. Maybe it'll shed some light.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Okay. It's safe.
Okay. Oh God. So there's only two pictures. Okay, one. So they picked this image. Okay, well, but of course they would, because that's the shocker. So it says here, creepy dolls, a fiberglass mermaid, and a prosthetic leg are among the Texas beach discoveries set to be auctioned to benefit
see the leg.
a local wildlife rehabilitation group. What?
Where's the picture of the leg? What the hell?
I don't know.
Gypped.
I guess they need a leg up. Hold on a second. Where's Discord? I have to. Here we go. There we go. I have to have that on the ready. It says here, the mission Arenz's National Estuarine Research Reserve at the University of Tejas Marine Institute said the items due to be auctioned Saturday in the annual Tony's Trash to Treasure auction at Roberts Point Park in Port Aransas were all collected from the reserve beaches during the past year. The items include internet-famous barnacle-encrusted dolls, a fiberglass mermaid statue, a prosthetic leg, a spell bottle, Haitian money, what? An old Bible, a Chinese beer, steamship coal from the 1800s, and a message in a bottle that floated from Jamaica. Wow.
Oh, that reminded me. One time at my parents' old house, my mom found a balloon in the front lawn, and so she picked it up, and on the string of the balloon it had a message, and it was from a school in the States. I can't remember what state. I think it was Kansas. I think it was somewhere in Kansas, and it was sent from some grade school, and it had an email attached to it. So my mom decided to email the email that was attached and say, oh, it came to here. because it asked on the little letter, can you send an email saying where the balloon was found? And she's like, all right, if it's for like a school project. And it was. It was just to see how far the balloon would travel.
Yeah, testing air currents and, the jet streams and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, dude. Like, I never thought of that, but that makes sense. The message in the bottle of the air are balloons,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was totally cool.
all right. That's really awesome. But yeah, like, this is
They found a
wild.
spell bottle? Is that what you said they found?
Where was it again?
This is something else.
Yeah, a spell bottle. What's a potion? Like, what does that even mean?
I would guess so.
Like, I'm low on mana?
That's a little weird.
I don't know. Anyway, let's move on up. What else do we got here?
We got an Idaho man passes 60 pounds between his hands 100 times in 17.53 seconds?
Damn.
Before? What, like a record or something?
Yeah. Well, an Idaho man who recently took on 2 weight-based strength records put his endurance to the test by attempting to transfer 60 pounds of weight from hand to hand.
Ah.
David Rush. Rush! Hey, don't hush the rush. I know about this guy. We've spoken about him so much time, dude. This guy's he's a record breaker. That's his career. Like, literally. Like, that's what he does. Yeah, right here. David Rush, who has broken...
I've heard about this guy.
Yeah, David Rush, who has broken more than 250 Guinness World Records, recently attempted the records for fastest time to transfer 20 and 40-pound weights from hand to hand 100 times. Rush said he was inspired by those experiences to take on the 60-pound version of the record, which stood at 27.7 seconds. Rush said he was blistered by the end of the attempt, but he managed to unofficially break the record with a time of 17.53 seconds. The attempt must now be reviewed by Guinness World Records officials for official certification. So this is one that's not even fully done. Like... Yeah, sorry, I had to reply to a DM real quick. Yeah, no, like, that's, so that's a record in the making, possibly.
Did you know that you have to actually pay Guinness to put your record as a world record?
Yeah, I think we've spoken about that several times, on and off air, I believe.
It's quite costly by what I remember.
Well, yeah, you gotta fly them out to you, you gotta cover all the expenses, which is really, like, BS. It's like, I don't know.
Actually, I think it's only like $250 per record.
Huh. Well, I don't know how I
think they
feel
worry
about
about the expense of the dude to come out to see you. I think Guinness worries about his plane ticket or his bus ride or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to pay to put your
record
attempt in the book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they gotta make money somehow, so I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe if I look at
like
it...
you said, this guy's like done 250 of them.
Well, he's broken.
And some of them...
More than 250, so... How many attempts has he had?
I bet.
Yeah, how many attempts, though?
Attempts?
Like, that's a lot of money.
Oh, God only knows. Probably, like, more than 1,000 attempts, maybe?
Yeah.
But
anyway...
Like, this guy is just ridiculous. He's done, like, so many little, like, what I think of as useless ones. Like, I think how many things you can fit in your mouth or something.
Oh, yeah. No, I've heard records of, like, pee roller, where you literally, like, use your nose to roll the pee over, like, a plane of glass or something. Like, it's, like, no, like, the fruit, the vegetable pee, not urine. Like, the little...
Oh!
No.
I was gonna say, how are you rolling pee up a glass?
No. It's the vegetable.
Okay, the vegetable.
The little ball, yeah. Like.
Okay, that makes so much more sense now.
They're not using their nose to maneuver urine, bro. Although that might be a record. Like, I think you just invented something unintentionally.
That might be more challenging than moving the vegetable up the glass.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of records here, what else do we got?
Florida researcher breaks world record for living underwater. Oh, interesting.
Big old air bubble, bloop. It
like,
says here. Sorry, what?
I'm just wondering how he's living underwater. Like,
well, he has an oxygen tank there, but let's find out. Says here, Joseph DiTieri, a University of South Florida associate professor, broke a world record for the longest time living underwater Saturday when he marked his 74th day at Julie's Undersea Lodge in Key Largo. Now, I don't think he's like physically like underwater, like in the water.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because like we do have a couple other, yeah, here it is. See, he's in a bubble. We have a couple other articles here talking about the same thing. So he's living in a thing, but still he's underwater. So 74th day at Jules Undersea Lodge in Key Largo. Dubbed Project Neptune, Deirdre's undersea adventure began March 1st as a mission of the Marine Resources Development Foundation, combining research and ocean conservation outreach. On Saturday, he broke the previous record. On Saturday, he broke the previous world record for living underwater of 73 days, set in 2014 by two professors from Tennessee. Hey, I was born there. DiTieri, at the age of 55, who taught biomedical engineering at the University of South Florida, plans to continue his underwater stay with a goal of reaching 100 days. He tweeted about his record on Sunday. All right. So yeah, go to the link. Then you can go and follow him on Twitter. Which, you know what? I think. Welcome. You can now follow them. Okay, I'll follow you. Okay. Let's move on up here. What else do we got?
We got a Nigerian chief, Hilda Baki, cooks for 87 hours and 46 minutes.
Yeah, chef, not chief.
I cannot. Oh, sorry, chef. My God, I'm bad today.
It's all right.
It happens.
Yeah.
A chef cooks for 87 hours.
Yep. Now, I have another article here, like, where is a Nigerian chef? It says 100 hours.
Lord.
So let's read this one, and then we'll get to that one later, because, like, I wonder if this is when she was still doing it. So, Hildy Baki may have set a new world record, but she'll have to wait for official confirmation from the Guinness Book of World Records before she can claim the title. The 27-year-old Nigerian chef cooked for 87 hours and 46 minutes, just eclipsing the mark set by Indian chef Lato Tondo in 2019. Baki, born Hilda Bessie Effiong, was cheered by observers online, invited guests, politicians, and celebrities, but was fading by the time she hit the mark. By then, she had assistants applying cold compresses and massaging her feet. A medical professional was also on site checking her vital signs. Baki started cooking at 4 p.m. on May 11th, ending her quest at 7:46 in the morning, Monday morning, but not before cooking 110 meals. Wow. So.
Good Lord, why?
Yeah.
I understand doing the endurance, but still.
Now, wait a minute. At around 1945 GMT on Monday, Baki cooked for the 100th hour in the Lekki area of Lagos, Nigeria's commercial hub, to become a national sensation in the West African nation. Thousands who gathered at the scene jubilated and sang her praises as she stopped cooking a few minutes later. Okay, so this is saying this article itself is contradicting itself. Like, did she hit 100, or did she obviously broke the record, but did she hit 100?
Right.
Like, I'm confused.
That
now.
is very confusing.
Yeah. Well, at least she had breaks. She only had 5-minute breaks every hour, or it accumulated 1 hour after a stretch of 12 hours for everything else, from bathing to medical checkups and resting. Wow.
You would get hella hot, so like a nice shower would have been great.
Yeah. And maybe like, a quick cat nap,
Like, hell, I was cooking just 2 stoves, and that made me sweat like hell.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine what she was going through.
Yeah, well, that's, whatever the case, she broke the record. It's at least 87 point whatever hours, 87 hours and 46 minutes, in the bare minimum. That's what she did. Congrats to her, awesome.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's move on up here. This is,
She was only 27?
Yeah. Well, you gotta be young to have endurance like that. You can't do that in your 30s. They'll kill you. So.
Yeah.
But what do we got here from UPI?
Oh, we got police arrested MD man and stolen 5-ton military vehicle after highway chase. Ooh, what kind of vehicle?
I think MD is Maryland. It says a man was in custody Saturday in Maryland. There we go. I was right. After allegedly stealing a 5-ton military vehicle from a private residence and leading police on a chase down an interstate highway, causing several crashes. Wow. Well, don't have your military vehicle in a private residence. What the? Why is it there? How did that happen?
It's supposed to be on the base, isn't it?
Yeah, that's weird. Michael Stevens II, at the age of 38 in Abington, Maryland, faces charges of motor vehicle theft, 2 counts of first-degree assault, 2 counts of second-degree assault, and failing to obey a lawful order in the wake of the Friday incident, according to the Hartford County, Maryland Sheriff's Office. Go ahead.
Whoa!
Yeah, it was one of those trucks.
Those?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that should have been on base, not at your private residence. What the hell is wrong with that owner?
Some high-ranking official is going to get a big demotion here.
In some real trouble.
Yeah. So.
He'll be lucky enough not to incur any fines.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he will. Like, yeah. Anyway, that's
I would
pretty
hope so
wild.
with that recklessness.
Yeah. Now, here's a heartwarming story.
Now we got a mother-daughter persevere hardship to graduate college. Oh, both mom and daughter graduated.
Together.
Good for them.
Together.
That's great.
That's awesome. You go, girl.
Perfect.
Oh, look at this. They're mathematically compatible, too. A 50-year-old mother and her 25-year-old daughter will graduate together on Friday with straight A's from a graduate program at Texas University, the 5th time they've completed college programs together. Whoa, they've done it 5 times. Wow.
Oh, wow. Even better.
Yeah. Quote, she's my best friend, 25-year-old Elizabeth Meyer said. All our classmates call her mom, end quote. Aw, dude.
Oh, that's cute.
That's awesome, man. Elizabeth
Wholesome moment.
Yeah. What's up, Rhombus? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm chilling. Just got out of the gym.
Nice. We spoke about, you probably saw it in Mike list there, the record.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, 60 pounds between his hands 100 times in 17 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Anyway, it says here, Elizabeth and her mother, Alyssa, put on their cap and gown for the 3rd time Friday after completing a Master of Social Work program at Our Lady of the Lake University in San Antonio, Tejas. The duo has earned a total of 5 degrees together. Cool. I mean,
kudos to them.
yeah,
Good.
Like, 5 is getting to be a little much, honestly. Like,
But maybe a little, but
yeah. But, still cool. But it would have been better if this was like their first time or something, Anyway, let's move on up. Here's like this Florida guy here, so like I just have this link.
76 days.
And here's one that like how would this work? Rhombus, do you want to read the headline?
Yeah, sure. Might as well. A Colorado man tries to trade places with dog to avoid DUI arrest.
What?
I
How is that supposed to work? It says here a driver who... Oh, I think I know what he did. A driver who was pulled over for speeding tried to switch places with his dog to avoid arrest, police in Colorado. So he literally put his dog in the driver's seat and put himself in the passenger seat, as if to pass off that the dog was driving the vehicle. Wow. I thought he was trying to, pretend to be a dog or something.
Did not see him doing that.
Like, what the hell?
It
Says here, an officer watched him maneuvering inside the car before he got out on the passenger side on Saturday night in Springfield, a town of about 1,300 people in the state's eastern plains, police said on Facebook post Sunday. Pardon me. The man said he was not behind the wheel and clearly showed signs of being drunk, police said. He ran from the officer when asked about how much he had to drink and was caught within about 20 yards or 18 meters, police said. After being taken to the hospital to be checked out, the man was arrested on suspicion of charges including driving under the influence of alcohol and or drugs and driving while ability impaired, as well as for previous warrants for his arrest. Oh, yikes. Oh, this guy's screwed. Wow. Like...
On top of that, it should have been endangerment of an animal.
Yeah, that too. Like, bro, did this
Yeah.
guy really honestly try to do a Scooby-Doo? Like, seriously?
He did. He tried to pull the Scooby Doo.
Wow. That's stupid.
Very much so.
Here's this Nigerian chef we just spoke about, so here's another article about her. Here's this guy again. Now let's get to this.
Ah.
Mr. Rhombus,
Yes.
go for it.
Denmark's mystery tremors caused by acoustic waves from unknown source, officials say.
Wow, what's going on? From Copenhagen, Denmark, Associated Press News here, a series of minor tremors recorded on the Danish Baltic island of Bornholm Saturday has puzzled scientists who now say they were caused by, quote, acoustic pressure waves from an unknown source, end quote. What? Like, but see, here's the thing. This is not natural. Like, if this is a normal thing, we would have been hearing it for thousands of years. Like, you know, it did just suddenly start happening. So why? Like, you know, like that makes me think. Like the whole theory about, you know, they're blasting tunnels like miles underground, and that's causing skyquakes somehow. Like, I don't know. Like, it says here, at first the tremors were thought to have been caused by earthquakes. Then seismologists theorized that they originated from controlled explosions in Poland, more than 140 kilometers or nearly 90 miles to the south. On Monday, the Geological Survey of Denmark and Greenland, an official body that monitors the underground, said the tremors were not caused by earthquakes, but by pressure waves from an event in the atmosphere. However, they came from an unknown source. So, like, what, a massive object going faster than the speed of sound? Aliens? Dimensional portals? You know, like space weapons being tested? Things are happening, you know? I don't know.
Something's
what's
going on.
Yeah. It's just really concerning, you know, that there's this crazy stuff happening. Like, but anyway, last but not least, speaking of crazy stuff here, check this out. Who wants to read this?
On Earth? Sure. NASA's Curiosity rover captures bizarre Martian book pic.
Huh?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, let's see here. An astronomy textbook, or The Young Astronomer, 1831, an astronomy textbook included a curious comparison to the people who live on Mars. This Earth probably appears larger than Mars does to us. While the thought of people on Mars sounds crazy today, 19th century folks saw things differently. Many believed in a plurality of inhabited worlds, meaning the other planets in our solar system teemed with life. What made people think life existed on other planets? Misconstruing telescope sightings of inexplicable forms and unnatural and artificially constructed, or as unnatural and artificially constructed. Although you'd be harder pressed to find people who believe in Martians today, the eye tricks haven't stopped. Check out the recent discovery of a fossilized book on Mars to see what we mean. So we of course have, like, you know, the face of Mars. I don't know what this is supposed to be, a chicken wing or something, I don't know. But we go down here, and this is apparently the Martian book. It looks more like a bookshelf, because it has, like, shelves right here, like it got knocked over.
It could look like an open book, honestly.
Kind of, sort of. So,
Because that wedge sticking up could be like a page.
maybe.
Looks rather thin for a shelf, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, years of erosion and, like, decomposition.
That's true, too.
You know? And it doesn't have any water in it and all that stuff, so it's not like it can get damp and, like, you know, disintegrate. There's really, like, there's no life, so it's not breaking down. You know, there's nothing eating it. Images from NASA's Curiosity rover boast an incredible amount of detail. Some might argue a little too much. After pictures of what looks like a stone book turned up, people got excited, and with good reason. After all, the photo appears to show a fossilized book mid-page turn, as you said. But context is everything. As it turns out, the Martian book measured little more than 1 inch. In other words, if the book represents a proof of life, then Mars is inhabited by tiny critters that would make the dolls at Disney's Small World ride look like behemoths. Alright, so that's actually very small. So it's a little book. So, but still, it's a pretty, especially for something that small, that's a really thin, you know, fragile thing for it not to have been broken by now. So,
Yeah, really. Not like much happens on Mars, but still.
Well, they have, sandstorms all the time. So, like, the dust particles
that's true too,
would
yeah.
cause weathering and eroding and whatnot. So, anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description, down below for any links you may be interested, including but unlimited to all things Omni Coalition, which in itself includes, Rombuster's, YouTube and his Instagram, as well as TOCNS and, anybody else who we are affiliated with. Anyway, for your dose of the different, odd, otherwise unusual news, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 p.m. Mountain. Yeah, Mountain. I'm all confused. 5 p.m. Central.
And 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, you both are on Eastern. So
the best time zone.
No, Pacific Time is the only time. So we got the waves, man.
And then there's Arizona. The rules of time zones don't apply to them.
Yeah, they're confused. They need help.
No,
Anyway,
they're just cool.
for all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
I am Mr. Wick.
And I am Loki Legged.
And earlier we had, what's her actual, well, I'm not going to say her actual name, so we had Mother from Among Us. So yeah, and of course you and until you catch us next Friday, or if you're interested in some history, we have a history show every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, do the time zones yourself. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander. Oh, we already did that. Until you catch us, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Whenever, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. I am so out of my zonks right now. Toodles!